Emberclaw is back, but this time it is different. A few of our colonists looked at the chaos, the bugs, the psychic screams, and said, yeah, let's try that again, but smarter. So this series follows a breakaway group from the original Emberclaw Clan heading off on their own in search of something more stable. Joke's on them though, because we're playing on RimWorld 1.6 unstable branch, and almost all of our mods no longer work. Huge shout out though to the modding community for already getting a bunch of mods up and running on this new update. It's honestly super impressive. So this is episode 0 and we're going to be setting the stage. Which mods actually still work, who's coming with us, and where we're going to land this time. If you're just here for a specific part like the Modlist, ideology setup, or colony location, don't worry, the video is chaptered so you can skip around. But with all that said, let's jump straight in, and we're going to start off by looking at what mods we have installed. Since this video is chaptered, I will go through them all. We have Harmony, standard, that's just there anytime you have mods. We have aligned turbines, that just makes them one tile smaller so they align with the solar panels. Small quality of life thing that I appreciate because I do like to join my solar panels with my wind turbines. We have Dubs skylights, which allows you to build skylights, pretty simple. We have extra alerts, that adds a whole bunch of new alerts to the game. Improved auto slaughter will basically allow you to slaughter your oldest animals first, or animals that are no longer producing. Just a little quality of life thing. Keep converting will allow someone to choose a pawn and keep converting them to your ideology until they are officially converted. Lights out will allow our pawns to turn off their lights and also turn off their workstations so they don't use power when they're not being in use. That just makes sense to me. I mean, my microwave isn't constantly using 1200 watts of power at all times. Makes sense. Many jobs allows us to add more jobs to the job tab. Nice health tab. Cleans up the health tab a little bit, makes it a little bit easier to see everything. No Hebogen Farm medical alert, just turns off the medical emergency for prisoners who are a Hebogen Farm. Pretty simple. Pawn quick info is a cool one. If you hover over your colonists, you can see some quick stats relatively quickly. Prepare moderately is basically a random plus, but you know, different and updated to this version. It allows us to reroll pawns. Priority Master adds priorities up to whatever you want. I've got it set through 1 to 9 instead of 1 to 4. It says it doesn't work, but it does. Same with many jobs. We also have realistic rooms rewritten. It just changes the size requirements for some rooms because some of them are ridiculous. Rename pawns so that we can rename everyone to Golden Panda members or above. If you would like to be in the colony, go ahead and join as a Golden Panda member or above. Select similar, does what it says, means you can select similar things. Simple camera setting. Camera Plus isn't updated yet, so this just allows me to change my zoom settings a little bit. Toggle harvest gives us the allow harvest thing so that we can set things up that we don't want to be harvested, we just want to grow. Mint menus, add some menus. Smart speed lets us speed the game up to 4x speed, which is actually like 20x speed. Just a little quality of life thing. UI not included, lets us change the UI a little bit. And then we have adaptive storage framework, fridge, and neat storage because I like them. So that is the mod list. We are going to start a brand new colony. This is going to be a standard crash landed save. I'm going to go for Cassandra Classic. I will bump up the difficulty just a little bit to strive to survive, just because we can. I'm not changing anything else in here. That is all good to go. Our seed is going to be Emberclaw. If you would like to play along at home, we are going for a 50% globe coverage. Everything else is standard, except we are going to change the map size to medium, 275 by 275. That setting has moved to here, in case you couldn't find it. We're not changing any of the factions, and we are going to go ahead and generate our world. There is another look at the mods we are using. Feel free to pause and have a look if you need to. If you just want to subscribe to all of them, I will go ahead and set up a Steam collection for you guys, and then over on the Discord, I'll post my load order in case you need it. So this is our world. We are immediately going to go over this way just a little bit and zoom in, and I'm going to grab this large hills on the river here in our arid shrub land. Large hills, river, 2.5 movement difficulty, granite, slate, and limestone. Elevation is at 323. We have a river. Average temperature is 32.1, so it's going to be a little bit hot. Between 29 and 35 degrees is normal. We have a year-round growing period, 850 mils of rain, which seems like quite a lot, actually. Agave fruit, animals can graze, yes. Pollution is at 0, nearby pollution is at 0. Average disease frequency is at 0.9, and time zone is -2. We'll go ahead and hit next. We are going to create our own custom fluid ideology. This will be an animist ideology. I'm going to keep this as close as we possibly can to the ideology we had running in our previous save. So we are going to start with loyalists the same we did before, and then I'm just going to load it up because I already had it. Mods mismatch, that's absolutely fine. We are a loyalist. I didn't change the narrative, but that is what it is. Physical love is free and approved. Execution is respected if guilty. I did change research speed to fast. I don't know why. It just felt like getting through the game just that little bit quicker. Cannibalism is disapproved. Blindness is horrible. Corpses are... I wish I could change this to don't care. We've seen our fair share, and honestly, we're just used to them at this point, but I do not have any of these memes, so we cannot do that. Fungus is despised. Diversity of thought is neutral. Insect meat is despised. Nutrient paste is disgusting. Scarification is horrible. Skull spike is disapproved. Slavery is acceptable. We have no rules for male or female clothing. Organ use is acceptable. Women and men can only have one spouse, and married people keep their names. We of course have our leader, which is the Keeper of Ashes, and our moral guide, the Firekeeper. And then we have an ashen farewell for our funeral. Symbol burning is the searing mark, and this will recharge Psi-Focus. We also have a social festival called Kindling Day. This will give us nearby faction goodwill. We have the Pulse of the Clan, which will give us nearby faction goodwill, and then we have the Night of the Embered Skies Sky Lantern Festival. That has the potential to give us a random recruit. We have Kneel Sheets, Altar of Animism, and a Pyre Crest for our sacrificial flag. Our relics are the Ash Splitter, a recurve bow, and of course, we had to do it. We have a chalice, which is the Emberclaw Clan Pint Glass. If you would like your own, go ahead and jump down into the description. You can go ahead and buy that if you are interested. We don't have any venerated animals because I no longer have pandas on this map or on this load, save, whatever you want to call it. So we don't have any venerated animals, and we have a whole bunch of beards and tattoos in use. We're going to go ahead and hit next and start preparing moderately. So I will probably go ahead and speed through this a little bit. I'll come back once I have my 3 pawns all set up and ready to go. Actually, no, before we jump into that, I do want to show you my filters that I'm using. So we have this one. None of addiction, body modification. This is just a modified basic filter. So if we jump in here and look at the editor, just all of this comes default. And then I just changed these bottom 2 parts. So if we have a look at this first one, we are looking for someone with 6 to 20 intellect, 6 to 20 plants, 4 to 20 medical, and 6 to 20 shooting. If we go to the next one, we are looking for 6 to 20 cooking, 4 to 20 crafting, 4 to 20 medical, 6 to 20 shooting. And the final one here is going to be mining, construction, medical, and shooting. So everyone should at least have a little bit of medical skill and a little bit of shooting skill. We don't have a dedicated melee pawn, but I'm considering adding one. And honestly, it could probably be the mining construction guy. That just makes sense to me. They should be relatively strong, right? I will go ahead and save that, and that is mining construction. We'll overwrite that, go back, and choose our first filter here. So we are looking for construction, medical, mining, and melee. Yeah, I believe that's correct. Just be careful when you do this. If you go into here, say you go to the second person, you choose one of these, hit next, it will default you back to the first person. So if you've already rolled your first person, do not hit randomize before selecting the second. Just a little tip, but I'll jump into a time lapse as we get all of our pawns selected, and we'll come back in a little bit. All right, so we have our 3 colonists. We'll be starting with Dragon Loon. They are melee construction and mining. They also have quite decent social skill, a little bit of intellect. They are going to start with a robe for some reason. They are iron-willed and tough, which I think is going to make for quite a good melee pawn. 28 years old. They are female. Sorry, Dragon, if you don't like that, but that is what it is. And then we have Marchment. I split up your name into March and Ment, but your nickname will be Marchment, so that's what you'll be referred to. You are shooting plants, medical, and intellect. I mean, your main job is going to be just doing plants, especially trees early on. You are fast walker and a night owl. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. You are female and 52 years old. And then we finally have Matthew R. You are shooting, mining, cooking, animals, crafting, a little bit of medical skill, not too much. You're mostly going to be doing cooking and animals, maybe a little bit of mining here and there. You are coming with a schematic and a psychic foil helmet. Too smart, kind, and psychically sensitive. And you are male and 55 years old. That is our starting colonists. Unfortunately, we didn't get anyone with a skill in construction, but I think the tough melee is probably going to outweigh that a little bit. Again, it is what it is, but that is who we are starting with. We will go ahead and press this little button and load into our map so you guys can see it for the very first time. I will instantly pause, save the game. Well, I will instantly pause as soon as they're landed and out of their pods, just like so. And then let's have a look at our map. So this is what we are working with. And I have a little bit of a plan for this map. We have a nice amount of fertile land, which is fantastic for arid shrublands. We don't have a lot of trees going on, but that is okay. My general plan is to make a sort of oval-shaped base in here using the new planning tools. That will come in episode 1. But before we get to any of that, I would like to go through our tabs here and just set some things up. So I'm going to start off with the work tab. I'll jump into a time lapse as I figure out what I want everyone to do, and we will come back from there. All right, I think that will work. If you guys have any suggestions for how I should do this, please do go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. But Dragon is going to be primarily childcare warden. Then they will move on to construction, mining and drilling. Then they'll do research. Then they'll deliver haul and clean. I really want research to be quite high up there. I was tempted to even move this to below mining, but I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out. Then Marchment is going to be our main doctor and surgeon. They will not do childcare, they will not do wardening. They are going to primarily be doing harvesting, growing, and plant cutting. Then they will deliver haul and clean. Then they'll cut stone. Then they will research. And Matthew is going to be primarily butchering and cooking. They will do handling and hunting after that. And then they will do deliver haul and clean. Then they'll do mining and drilling. Then they'll do smithing, tailoring, crafting, and then finally they will do stone cutting, which is going to be very important. We are pretty much going to have to build from stone from the very get-go, so that is going to be important that we get stone cutting done. I hope that we have enough priority there to make that happen, but we will be looking to recruit people as soon as possible. Next up, we are going to have a look at the schedule, and I mean, I probably don't want to change too much here, although we did have one of our people as a night owl, and that is Marchment, so we will have to adjust for that. I will figure out what I want to do here, and we'll come back. Something like that, very simple to start with. If mood becomes a problem, we may have to switch to a biphasic schedule, but, you know, we'll get to that when we get to it. Next up is apparel, food, drug, and reading policies. I'll go through all of these relatively quickly. I probably won't make too many changes right off the bat. Apparel can be anything for right now. I think that's fine, but I will go ahead and adjust the food policies just a little bit. So we'll come back in a little bit. All right, pretty straightforward with the food. We got rid of anything with human meat, insect meat. We got rid of all the raw foods, just leave meals in there, and that should be absolutely okay. The only one I removed was nutrient paste. We're not making it anyway, but if we do end up getting some, I don't want them to accidentally eat it. And yeah, that's about it. They're allowed pretty much everything else, and that is going to be renamed to default. And then as for the drug policy, let's go ahead and adjust this, and we'll come back in a little bit. All right, this is the policy. They can drink a beer every 2 days. Only if their mood is below 60%. That's the same for all of the ones that they are allowed. Smoke leaf joint every 3 days, ambrosia every 2 days, and psychite tea every 3 days, just so that we don't have to worry about safe dosages and all of that. So that should be absolutely fine. And then they are allowed to read anything that they would like. Now, who is my main medic? That would be Marchment, I believe. So I will go ahead and jump in here and say, Marchment, can you please carry 2 medicine with you at all times? That would be fantastic. And then I believe that is pretty much set up. So we have an animal here. We have Flannel. He is a male Labrador Retriever. We will go ahead and try and train them up as soon as possible. In terms of who is our main animal person, that will be Matthew here. So if we jump into animals, their master is going to be Matthew. That's going to break their bond. Eventually, they'll get it back with Matthew, and that'll be fine. In terms of what we have on the map, we have some elephants, which I think I would like to try and tame relatively early on. Research, we're not going to do that just yet. We'll wait till episode 1. Quest, world, ideology, everything else should be absolutely fine and good to go. So that is the starting episode. If you guys are excited for episode 1 to officially drop, we'll be having a premiere on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, same time my videos normally come out, but this one will be a premiere, and episode 2, in theory, should be available immediately after that to members. Otherwise, it will be available on Friday for the rest of you. If you would like a chance to get your name in the game, make sure you go ahead and join as a Golden Panda member or above. If you'd just like early access to all of the videos on the channel, go ahead and join as a member of any kind. And that's it. If you guys are excited for this series, please do let me know down in the comments below. As always, leave a like and a comment for the sake of engagement. But until next time, happy building, happy surviving. Bye, guys.